Ravens Hollow Butcher. In the small, desolate town of Ravens Hollow, where the mist clung to the streets like a shroud and the wind whispered secrets that sent shivers down your spine, there lived a butcher whose name struck terror into the hearts of all who spoke it, the infamous Abel Thorne. Legend had it that Abel Thorne's family had been cursed for generations, condemned to a life steeped in darkness and blood. The butcher's shop, nestled in the heart of the town, was adorned with grotesque carvings and symbols that hinted at a malevolent force at play. The air around the place was thick with an otherworldly tension, and locals dared not speak of what they suspected happened behind its blood-stained walls. Late one moonless night, a curious journalist named Sarah ventured into Ravens Hollow in pursuit of a gripping story that could revive her dwindling career. Drawn by whispers of the butcher and the town's haunting past, she approached the dilapidated butcher shop, its flickering neon sign casting an eerie glow on the cobblestone streets. The moment Sarah set foot inside, an oppressive darkness engulfed her, and the unsettling creaks of floorboards echoed through the empty space. As she explored the shadowy corners, she stumbled upon a hidden cellar door. Unable to resist the allure of the unknown, she descended into the abyss below. The cellar was a labyrinth of dimly lit corridors, the air thick with the metallic scent of fresh blood. Sarah's heart raced as she uncovered gruesome scenes, walls adorned with photographs of missing townsfolk, their eyes pleading for salvation. The sinister truth unfolded before her eyes. Abel Thorne was not just a butcher of meat, he was a butcher of souls. Suddenly, a bone-chilling voice echoed through the darkness. "Welcome, Sarah. I've been expecting you." Paralyzed with fear, Sarah turned to face Abel Thorne himself, his cold, dead eyes staring into her very soul. He spoke of a cursed pact that bound him to a malevolent entity, forcing him to sacrifice innocent lives to appease the insatiable hunger of the darkness that consumed him. As the revelation hung in the air, the walls seemed to close in on Sarah. She stumbled backward, only to find herself in a room filled with lifeless eyes, the eyes of those who had met a gruesome end at the hands of the cursed butcher. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, a ghastly figure emerged from the shadows, a tortured spirit of a long-lost ancestor who had struck the cursed deal centuries ago. With a bone-chilling wail, the spirit dragged Abel Thorne into the abyss, sealing both their fates in the dark void. As Sarah emerged from the butcher's shop, the first light of dawn breaking over Ravens Hollow, she realized that the town's secret had claimed yet another victim. The curse persisted, lingering in the air like a malevolent specter, waiting for the next unfortunate soul to cross its path. As Sarah emerged from the depths of the butcher's shop, she thought she had escaped the clutches of the cursed town. Little did she know the shadows that clung to Ravens Hollow were not ready to release their grip. Weeks passed, and the once vibrant journalist found herself plagued by nightmares that echoed the tormented wails of the spirits she had encountered. Sleep-deprived and haunted by the memories of that fateful night, Sarah became obsessed with uncovering the secrets that Ravens Hollow harbored. Her investigations led her to the decaying mansion on the outskirts of town, known as the Hollow Manor. The mansion, long abandoned and shrouded in an impenetrable fog, seemed to pulsate with an unnatural energy. Undeterred by the ominous atmosphere, Sarah delved deeper into the mysteries of the Hollow Manor. As she traversed the darkened halls, a chilling wind whispered through the broken windows, carrying with it the distant howls of unseen creatures. Sarah's flashlight flickered as she stumbled upon a hidden chamber, adorned with cryptic symbols, and an altar bathed in the sickly glow of candlelight. The room seemed frozen in time, and the air was thick with an unsettling stillness. Suddenly, a ghastly figure materialized, a spectral entity draped in tattered robes. The entity, known as the Wraith, revealed itself as the eternal guardian of Ravens Hollow, tasked with ensuring the town's dark secrets remained buried. The curse that bound Abel Thorne was but a fragment of the malevolent force that gripped the town. The Wraith spoke of a never-ending cycle of death and rebirth that plagued Ravens Hollow. Each time the town faced the brink of destruction, a new killer would emerge, born from the blood-soaked soil that cursed the land. Unstoppable and relentless, the killer embodied the town's collective sins, serving as both its executioner and harbinger of doom. As Sarah listened in horror, The hollow manor seemed to come alive with spectral echoes of past victims, each whispering tales of tragedy and betrayal. The wraith warned Sarah that, once touched by the curse, she could never truly escape its grasp. In the hollow depths of her eyes, a flicker of madness danced. As the realization dawned upon her, she was now a part of the cursed tapestry that Raven's Hollow had woven for centuries. Driven by an unseen force, Sarah found herself compelled to become the next harbinger of death, her hands stained with the blood of those she once sought to protect. The townsfolk, unaware of the impending darkness, continued their lives in blissful ignorance, oblivious to the looming doom that Sarah now embodied. With each passing night, the town descended further into madness. Unexplained deaths haunted Raven's Hollow, the once close-knit community torn apart by paranoia and fear. The cycle repeated itself, and the wraith watched from the shadows, its cold, hollowies witnessing the relentless dance of death that played out on the town's cursed stage. The once quiet streets were now painted with the screams of the damned, and the fog that enveloped Raven's Hollow thickened, concealing the town's descent into eternal darkness. The legacy of the butcher was but a prelude to the malevolent force that now claimed the town's soul, a force that would persist, undying, until the end of time. As the malevolent force tightened its grip on Raven's Hollow, the once thriving town now echoed with the desperate cries of its tormented residents. Sarah, caught in the merciless cycle of death, moved through the shadows like a phantom, a vessel of the curse that had plagued the town for centuries. The townsfolk, gripped by fear, began to piece together the fragments of their macabre reality. Whispers of the wraith's curse circulated, and the remaining survivors huddled together in the dwindling light, desperate for salvation. In a last-ditch effort to break the curse, a small group of courageous souls sought refuge in the abandoned Hollow Manor, their only hope to confront the malevolent force that had claimed so many lives. Armed with a mixture of determination and terror, they navigated the haunted halls, each step echoing with the weight of their impending fate. As they reached the hidden chamber, the air thickened with an ominous energy. The wraith, ever present, materialized before them, its ethereal form undulating with an ancient power. It spoke of the curse's insatiable hunger and the inevitable descent of Raven's Hollow into eternal darkness. Just as despair settled over the group, an unexpected voice pierced the chilling atmosphere. A figure stepped forward, cloaked in shadows, revealing himself as a forgotten soul from Raven's Hollow's haunted past. He spoke of a forgotten ritual, a key to breaking the cycle that bound the town in perpetual torment. The group, guided by the enigmatic figure, uncovered a long-lost prophecy hidden within the walls of the Hollow Manor. The prophecy spoke of a sacrifice willingly given, a choice that could sever the ties of the curse and release the town from its malevolent grip. Sarah, realizing the gravity of her existence and the misery she had wrought upon Raven's Hollow, stepped forward. In a moment of heart-wrenching revelation, she offered herself as the sacrifice, a final act to break the cycle that had condemned the town for centuries. The room trembled with an otherworldly force as Sarah's sacrifice unfolded. The wraith, its visage shifting from stoic guardian to a flicker of emotion, bore witness to the unexpected turn of events. The curse recoiled, its grip weakening as the prophecy's words echoed through the chamber. As the malevolent force dissipated, the fog that had shrouded Raven's Hollow began to lift. The survivors emerged from the Hollow Manor, blinking in the newfound light, their faces stained with tears of relief. The curse had been broken, and the town, scarred but free, would rebuild from the ashes of its dark past. Yet, as the last echoes of Raven's Hollow's haunting whispers faded, a chilling wind carried a final revelation. The malevolent force, weakened but not defeated, lingered in the shadows, awaiting its next chance to claim a new vessel and plunge the town into the abyss once more. In the end, the line between Savior and Harbinger blurred, leaving the survivors to grapple with the unsettling truth that salvation came at a cost. As Raven's Hollow found a semblance of peace, the townsfolk couldn't shake the feeling that the darkness still watched, patient and unyielding, ready to rise again when the next cycle began.